the ultimate GTA 6 wish list. Welcome to the video, guys. It's your boy Zebby, and this is Wish List Wednesday. Welcome back to another video. So my number one thing that I want to see in GTA 6, I think it is extremely important, is an inventory system, okay? Not just this invisible inventory system where we pull a bunch of weapons out of our back pocket, thousands of pounds of guns and ammo and snacks and stuff and all this stuff out of our back pocket. It doesn't make any sense. So an inventory system, so whether that's a backpack or a duffel bag or maybe just more pockets on our character, whatever, man, or what's it called, holsters, things like that, right? So yeah, I want to see a good inventory system, man, where you got a backpack or a duffel bag and then you use the back seat of your car to store stuff, or the trunk of your car or the passenger seat, something, right? You should be able to store your guns, ammo, loot, clothing. I believe that you should be able to put clothing in your vehicle. I believe you should be able to put money in your vehicle. What else? Money, clothing, weapons, pretty much everything and anything. Snacks, trauma kits, because I hear that's going to be in the game from, some footage that was, let out. Not going to say the word, but, yeah, man. So I just really want to see a good inventory system. So yeah, put all your stuff in your backpack, put all your stuff in, a duffel bag or in your car, in the trunk or in the side of the car, or, just like Red Dead Redemption 2, basically. You put all your stuff on your horse. So, or in a holster, whatever, right? And this goes into my next idea is, a housing system where you can store all of your loot, everything that you ever achieve in the game. You can store it in your house. You can store it in your car, right? And basically, like, okay, so in GTA 5 Online, if you go into your house, right, you go to your wardrobe and you open up this invisible wardrobe where you can't even see all of your clothes, which I guess is okay, but I don't like how everything, like, basically I played this one game, right, and you could see all of your clothes, you could see all of your weapons, you could see all of your loot, all of your goods, and you could see each and every item. Whereas in GTA 5 Online, everything is tucked into this invisible menu that you open up and just clothes magically appear, weapons magically appear. I'm used to this one game that I played where it's called Ultima Online. It was a 2.5D game, but that's besides the point. And you could see every item that you store, so you knew what it looked like. You could see each and every item, so you can store items in your house, man. This is what I want. I want a good housing system where you can store all of your your clothes, your weapons, your money in your house, and you can move it around. Like, it's not just locked into your wardrobe. Like, you could put your wardrobe, you could put clothes on the bed, you could put clothes on the ground, you could put it, you could put weapons on the dresser or just anywhere, man. Just more freedom. Okay, I know this seems a little hard for a 3D game. I understand that. In a 2D game, it's a lot easier. But, I just want there to be a better inventory system where you can store all of your goods, to store all of your rares, to store all of your items, your money, your guns, your clothing, your snacks, your trauma kits, everything you could possibly need in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online and single player, to be able to store it anywhere, man. So that goes into my next point, man, is I want there to be, a better looting system, man. So when you kill an NPC or another player, you should be able to, sometimes you should be able to take their gun. You should be able to take their, their trauma kits, their money, all of this different stuff. And you should be able to loot their clothing, like whatever hat they bought, whatever clothes they bought, and they should be able to insure their clothes and, like, insure their weapons, insure their car. Like, you should be able to steal other people's other players' cars. You should be able to steal other players' clothing and jewelry and, just anything and everything that other players have. You should be able to steal what they have, take what they have when you kill them, or actually just pickpocket them, and you should be able to store it in your car. You should be able to store it in your house, And can you imagine if when your character died, picture a GTA 5 online character, right? When they die, imagine everything on their body, just drops on the ground. And you have a choice. There's a little menu, and you can take their clothing. You could take their shirt, their shorts, their their shoes, their gold watch, their wallet, anything and everything except for their bank account, basically. So their weapons, everything, and you should be able to store all of that on a backpack on your character, or in a duffel bag, or in the trunk of your car, or you should be able to store it all in your house. This is like the main thing that I want in GTA 6. Like this would literally there's nothing that I want more in that game than a good looting system, and to be able to store and having a good inventory and store things in your house and on your player and in your car. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about just Red Dead Redemption 2 where you can just store something on your horse. Like no. No, I'm talking like you loot each and everything that a player can gain in the game. Anything. I'm talking anything, guys. Diamonds, gold, all rares, guns, weapons, documents, whatever. Whatever the hell players carry that achieve in the game. Think of all of the things that you achieve in GTA 5. Everything, all of that should be stored in your house. All of that should be stored in your car. All of that should be stored on a backpack on your character, or in a bank, or in a safety deposit box at a bank. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to store all of your stuff, and other players should be able to find what you stored and steal it, unless it is insured, or unless it is some kind of system. And Rockstar would love this, but put it behind PlayStation Plus or something like that. I mean, GTA Plus or something crazy. I mean, I don't want that, but I'm just saying you should be able to store and loot items, other players, NPCs, and things like that. And I want there to be a housing system, man. I want there to be a really intricate housing system where you don't just buy this apartment, you don't buy this house, and it's just whatever you have, right? It's just locked into place. When you walk in your house, your dresser is always there. Everything always stays the same in your apartment. It's just this it's the same thing over and over. Like, you can't move your bed, you can't move your dresser, you can't do all this stuff, right? So everybody's going to be in the comments, they're like, this ain't The Sims, or whatever they're going to say, right? But I'm just saying, it's the greatest game of all time. Might as well go all the way. Like, you got a $2 million budget. Well, let's see what you can do with that $2 million budget. So $2 billion. Yeah, man. So I want to see more. The house should be more interactable. You should be able to move things around. I should be able to store things in my dresser. I should be able to store things under my bed, or in my wardrobe, in my closet in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to, this should be basically real life in the game. And it's not as hard as you guys think. Like, this might sound crazy, but it's really not that far-fetched. They could pull it off. Like, they could make it super intricate, or they could do it simply. Like, I don't think it's that complicated. Like, if they just, allocated their time and resources to that. But yeah, man. So a really good housing system where, you can move your car anywhere in the garage. Like, you don't have to choose a designated parking spot. In your house, your wardrobe doesn't have to be in your wardrobe. Like, you could just put things around your house and pick them up and put them on your player. Like, let us interact with the world. Let it feel like it's more, let us feel like we're in a living, breathing world, like our own house in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like GTA 6 could do it. I played a game that was from 1997, guys, where you could do everything that I'm talking about. 1997, guys. This game could do everything that I'm talking about right now. So you guys think this is crazy or it's too weird or whatever, maybe. Possibly that's what you guys think. Maybe. So I know some people are gonna think it. And it's all possible. So yeah, man, a trading system. You should be able to trade other items with other players. Like what I said, you can kill other players, you can loot them, you can store all the stuff in your car, in a backpack, or in your house, right? And you should be able to trade all of your goods with other players, and they could betray you. They could just steal it from you. Instead of trading with you, they just rob you. Things like that. And another thing is a good trading system. You could just trade your money. You could give money to other players. You could trade your guns. You could trade, your clothes. You could trade your cars. You could trade everything, right? And there should be, you should be able to sell your house to another player. And, and there's all these glitches on the game, right? There's all these things in the game where people don't want you can't do this and that because people glitch it out, mod it out, right? Where they take advantage of the game. But because in GTA 5 you could actually give players money. So there was a trading system, tiny trading system on GTA 5 in the very beginning, but they got rid of it because people were abusing the game. But they should bring it back. I don't care if you got to put it behind GTA Plus or battle passes. I don't care what you got to do. Add it to the game. Like, if you do all that, if Rockstar did everything that I'm talking about in this video, I would literally pay for GTA 5 monthly. Like, I would subscribe. Like, I would do it. Yeah, man, you should be able to sell your house to other players. You should be able to trade your house with other players for their house, or, trade other items, give you gold for money or whatever, for cash or whatever, man. You should be able to trade your car for a gold bar, like a Bugatti for a gold bar, or whatever, man. You should be able to do it. You should be able to trade. There should be like a trading window that you open up. Also, man, so how I was talking about looting other players and having a really good inventory system and all of this stuff, right? Where you can loot players, store it in your car, store it on your character, store it in your house, right? And trade it with other players. Well, another alternative is all of that stuff that you get from other players and NPCs. And, also I was saying that you should be able to steal from NPCs' houses. You should be able to steal from player houses. You should be able to go in their house, and whatever is not insured, right? You can take that item. You should be able to steal it, and you should be able to take it to a pawn shop. You should be able to take it to another player. You can sell stolen goods from other players and NPCs to the pawn shop, to another player. Or maybe they should create some kind of in-game Facebook marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Like, something crazy like that, man. So, also another thing is, these are the most important systems, man, is, an inventory system, a looting system, a true housing system, a trading system, pawn shops, should be able to sell your goods, items, rares, guns, whatever, right? You should be able to loot other people, other players. You should be able to loot houses, loot NPCs, loot NPC houses, and another thing I would like to see, like, everything is lootable in the game, okay? NPCs and players drop meaningful items, okay? And, another thing is the best rewards exist in the most dangerous areas in the game. So that could be, police stations, that could be, the hoods in the game, just dangerous areas. And, like a player driven economy, real trading, and supply and demand, and housing with a real purpose, storage, safety, vulnerability, upgrades. You can make sure that your house, is, has fences, like a basically like a gate, or like, bars on your windows of your house and your doors, and your front door and your back door, so players can't break into your house. Like, things, you should be able to loot other people's players' houses. So yeah, man, vulnerability is what I'm going to call this. Nothing is safe. Houses can be looted. Players can lose everything. You know what I'm saying? Players should be able to insure items. Like, don't get me wrong. You should be able to insure your Lamborghini. You should be able to insure, your most expensive assets. But generally speaking, you should be able to steal more items in the game. This is my ultimate, GTA 6 wish list, man. This is all I could really ever want. Everything is lootable, you know? And there's a true inventory, weight, and space system. You can't carry everything. So choices matter. And also, another thing I would like to see is police raid houses and NPCs and players, like their player houses. So I would love to see police, or SWAT, whatever you want to call it, to raid houses, NPC houses, and players, man. And this also goes into the idea that there are so many openable, enterable interiors in the game where you can just go in NPCs' houses. NPCs have routines. Maybe they get in their car, they drive to the 7-Eleven in game, which is the 24/7, right? And they walk in the store, they get behind the counter for like an hour in game, and then, they come out the store, they get back in their car, and they drive home. You know, NPCs should have like a system, and they actually go in their house and they just lay down in their bed. Like Rockstar could program all this, and they could somehow automate it, where they don't have to program each NPC and spend thousands of hours on each NPC. Like there's got to be a system, a way to utilize AI, and like the Unreal Engine. Like maybe we're just not there yet. Maybe I'm thinking about GTA 7, GTA 8. Maybe I'm really early on the scene, but they did this in 1997, guys, with the game Ultima Online. It's a 2.5D game. So if they can do it in 1997, they can do it in 2026. Like for real, facts. Yeah, man. So my GTA 6 ultimate wish list. This is wish list Wednesday, baby. An inventory system, a looting system, a good housing system, a trading system, pawn shops to sell goods and items and rares and guns, loot other players' houses and NPCs, police raid houses, NPCs and players, a bunch of enterable locations where everything is up for grabs in this game. Like I want everything to be like up for grabs. Like literally everything. Like you could literally steal. Like Rockstar needs to go deeper, man. Deep, deep, in depth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is my ultimate um wish list, man. And also, I'm just gonna add this in the video because this is super important to me. And you know, I think they should bring back the 6-star one-in system. And another thing is they should bring back the 6-star one-in system. And another thing is, if Rockstar does add futuristic vehicles, right? Because we don't have a choice, right? We don't have a choice. They're going to want to make their money, and I get it, right? But the police system should be so crazy that, like, if you do choose to get in that flying bike, right? If they're going to add it to the game and we don't have a choice, the police should be so serious that, like, it doesn't last long. Like, you go ahead, get on that flying bike, kill one person, and, you know, like, you should only be able to use a flying bike once an hour, once a day for 5 minutes. Like, put some restrictions. Like, I don't know. If you're going to add it to the game, do put it behind some kind of wall, where, the police are just so on them that it's not even going to last long. Or, they can only ride the mark oppressor for 5 minutes a day, or something like that. Like, I don't know, put it behind a menu. Like, each session should have rules, and you can turn on and off mark oppressor too. Or you should be able to turn tanks on and off, and military jets on and off. These futuristic military crazy guns and vehicles in the game, you should be able to turn it on and off. Or you should have police. There should be some kind of system that limits the power. Okay? There needs to be some kind of system that limits the power that the player has with all of these insane, crazy vehicles and weapons. Okay? Yeah, fully explorable interior locations. I'm not saying the whole map should be like that, but I'm saying only like there's like 5 or 7% or less, 2% of like GTA 5 was enterable, locations. So I'm hoping that, I think I would be extremely happy with 30% of, buildings are enterable. I would be pleased with that. That would be enough. Some people are saying 50 or 70%. Dude, that's crazy. Like, I really want to see that, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, yeah, man, house robberies. Yep, I already said it. House robberies, I think that's huge. And here's some of the things from old GTA games that I would love to see make a return, and that's a chainsaw, man. I want to see the chainsaw come back, and I think it will come back because in Vice City, right, which is what where GTA 6 is going to be set at, is there was the Tony Montana Scarface scene where you got the chainsaw from that motel room or that hotel room, that apartment room from the movie. And in game there was a chainsaw. There was the Easter egg, and you could go pick up that chainsaw. Also, I'd like there to be a comeback of the katana. I want to see the katana or a sword to come back. Also, I want to see a flamethrower. I would love to see a flamethrower, and maybe that's like a futuristic weapon. I mean, it's not futuristic, but you know what I'm saying. It's a little crazy of a weapon, so that might be a little crazy. But yeah, I'd like to see the flamethrower, and I would like to see, okay, in GTA San Andreas, I'd like to see them bring back some crazy ideas. So I'm not gonna say it in this video, but there was this weapon in GTA San Andreas when you went into the police station, in the bathroom, or was it that prison cell, or jail cell? So in the jail cell or in the bathroom of the police station, there was an inappropriate weapon, and so I'd like to see like that silly, crazy side of Rockstar come back. If you guys know, you know. And also, man, here's some few other ideas. I want to see some silly or fun melee weapons. So, like hand to hand combat kind of weapons, like things you can hold in your hand. So, like a broomstick or a mop or a shovel, or a sledgehammer or a frying pan or like a chair or like a toilet plunger. These are just funny ideas that I have. Like a pool noodle, something crazy. Like, I don't know, just be funny, right? Be Rockstar. Rockstar is like known for being crazy, right? And silly and goofy and, satirical. So I'd love to see some things like that. And also, here's a big one that I wanted to see is improved weather, man. So I'd like to see, I don't know if I'd like to see seasons. I would love to see that, right? But weather, man, I think there should be hurricanes or, natural disasters. They don't got to be crazy. Like, I'm not saying it's got to be like full-fledged natural disasters, but we should see, it should be some kind of like event, like, weather event that is kind of intense that we've never seen in a Rockstar game before. I would love to see that. And also, you know, back to the weapons thing. You should be able to pick up bricks, you know, chairs, bottles, pipes, things that are laying around in the game, and use them as a weapon, kind of like The Last of Us, right? In The Last of Us first game, you'd be able to pick up these bricks, you'd be able to pick up these bottles, and you'd throw them, and you'd have like these stealth mechanics in the game. So yeah, I'd like to see that in GTA 6. I'm not saying the stealth mechanics. I would like to see that too. I'd love to see more parkour in GTA 6, and I'd love to be able to go prone. Love to be able to lay down, maybe even roll, like jump from building to building and roll, climb ledges like it's Tomb Raider or Uncharted or something. Some crazy stuff, man. I want Rockstar to do this. Like, I want to see some of these crazy features come to the game, man. I hope that they come to the game. I really do. I want to see this stuff in the game. Those things that I mentioned in the video earlier, right? I'm going to say them again. Okay? These are so important. You guys may not understand how much this will change GTA 6. Like, you don't understand. You will be addicted to this game if they added this. Like, you think you're addicted to GTA now? If they add this to the game, you will never get off. Trust me, because I played this other video game, and me, my whole family, everybody I knew was hooked on this game because of these features, right? The inventory system, the looting system, the housing system, the trading system, the pawn, like this. There were stores in the game. You could sell your items in game on a vendor, But on GTA 6, you just sell it to a pawn shop. You sell it to other players, right? Looting other players' houses and NPCs. Police raid houses, NPCs, and other players. Like I said, dude. Like I said, guys. In 1997, there's this game called Ultima Online. You could literally break into someone's house, like their actual house in the game, and you could steal their stuff, like everything they ever had. You could loot their player, everything they ever had. You could trade items with other players. You could buy other players' houses. There is no game that is doing this. And I mention all of this because GTA, right? GTA 6, Rockstar, is the only company that can pull this off. They're the only company that has the financial power, the money to pull all of this off. Because everyone else, it's just not going to happen. They're the only ones that can really pull this off. Everyone else is so focused on all these other different things in their video games, you know? And, true inventory system, weight and space, everything is lootable, risk, best rewards in the game exist in the most dangerous areas, player-driven economy, housing with real purpose, storage, safety, vulnerability, upgrades, you know. I hope I probably forgot some stuff in this video, but I said most of everything that I wanted to say in this video, man. But this is my ultimate GTA 6 wish list. This is Wish List Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I'm going to drop a wish list video, a GTA 6 wish list video. So tune in for that. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so much. It's your boy, Zebby. Let me know in those comments below what you want to see in GTA 6, what you want to see the most. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Peace. It's your boy, Zebby.